seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I ever pass this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta, weather's good there in the fall. Got some friends that I can go working for. Still I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are going good, you could meet me if I send you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, not much for you to do. And those winds sure can blow cold way down there. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. Howdy folks, who's here? We've got Singer of the Sorrow, Philip, and Knighted. We're out on the T-perch once again. Weren't we out on the T-perch before? I got some of the screws, so it's a little bit safer. We've got a story, we've got some tea. We've got a 50% off treats. I might actually need a little piece of 50% off treat here. But first, the PG Tips, which I've recently become disillusioned by. Listen to this mushy propaganda here. No, I guess it's okay. I mean, it's fine. For the love of tea, quality tea is essential to our daily lives. Whether we're celebrating life's happiest moments or getting through its most intense ones, there's always a place for tea in our homes. I agree. But what happened to just using the tips of the tea? I found out they stopped just using the tips of the tea at an unspecified time in the last 40 years. Is this what the world has come to? So, I could grow my own tea. Or we could read some poetry. Hello, Manuela. Matcha latte, yum yum. I had one in here. This is from our wrinkled Hafiz book. If you don't stop that. I used to live in a cramped house with confusion and pain. But then I met the friend and started getting drunk and singing all night. Confusion and pain started acting nasty, making threats with talk like this. And if you don't stop that, all that fun, we're leaving. So, we've got a story too. It's a beautiful. We've got a little bit of dappled sunlight, oak leaf shades on the guitar. There's the sun up there. I've got a couple little things to show off. But I feel like we should get to the story, because maybe it has some instructing lesson for us. Leather Pirate and Lozo Amiga.
No.
The 12?
Yes, it
12,
is.
that's the one. T, a welcome comma in the sentence of life. All right, okay. So we're reading 151A from the Complete Fairy Tales of the Brothers Grimm. The 12 Lazy Servants. 12 servants who had done nothing all day long did not want to exert themselves, even by evening. Rather, they lay down in the grass and boasted about their laziness. The first one said, "Your laziness doesn't concern me. I'm too busy with my own. My chief occupation involves looking after my body. I eat a good deal and drink even more. After I've had 4 meals, I fast for a short time until I feel hungry again. This suits me best, and I don't like getting up early. When it gets towards noon, I already begin looking for a place to rest. If my master calls, I pretend not to hear him. And if he calls the second time, I wait a while before getting up, and even then, I walk very slowly. This way of life is bearable." The second said, "I have to look after a horse, but I leave the bit in his mouth, and if I don't feel like it, then I don't feed him and say that he's already eaten. Instead, I lie down in the oat bin and sleep for 4 hours. Afterward, I stretch out one foot and move it a few times over the horse's body so that he's combed and groomed. Why go to more trouble for something like that? Still, my job's too bothersome for me." The third said, "Why be bothered with work? Nothing comes of it. Once I lay down in the sun and slept. It began to drizzle, but I didn't get up. I just let it rain and couldn't have cared less. Finally, there was a thunderstorm, and the rain came down so hard that it tore the hair off my head and washed it away, and I got a hole in my skull. I put a bandage over it, and then everything was all right. Since then, I've had many injuries like that." The fourth said, "If I have to take on some work, I first loaf about for an hour to conserve my strength. Then I begin very slowly and ask whether other people might be around to help me. But of course I let them do most of the work while I just look on. But even that is too much for me." The fifth said, "Well, that's nothing special. Listen to this. I'm supposed to cart the manure from the stable and load it onto a wagon. I start off slowly, and when I get a little something on the pitchfork, I only lift it halfway up and then rest 15 minutes before I finish my task. It's more than enough if I do a cartload a day. I have no desire to work myself to death." The sixth said, "You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm not afraid of any kind of work, but I lie down for 3 weeks at a time and don't even take off my clothes. Why have buckles on my shoes? Let the shoes fall off my feet. It makes no difference to me. Whenever I want to climb a flight of stairs, I drag one foot slowly after the other onto the first step, and then I count the remaining steps so that I'll know where to rest. The seventh said, "That won't work in my case. My master oversees my work, only he's away all day. Still, I don't neglect a thing. I creep instead of hurrying. It would take four hefty men to make me move faster, and they would have to push with all their might. Once I came to a place where 6 men were asleep, laying side by side. I lay down beside them and slept too. It was impossible to wake me up, and when they wanted to get me home, they had to carry me." The eighth said, "It's clear to me that I'm the brightest here. If I find a stone lying in front of me, I don't take the trouble to lift my feet and step over it. I lie down on the ground, and if I get wet, muddy, and dirty, I continue to lie there until the sun dries me out. At most, I turn myself so that it can shine on me." The ninth said, "Here's something for you. Today my bread was in front of me, but I was too lazy to pick it up and nearly died of hunger. There was also a pitcher standing there, but it was so large and heavy that I refused to lift it and preferred to go thirsty. The thought of turning around was too much for me. I spent the entire day lying flat on my back like a log." The 10th said, "Laziness has brought me nothing but injuries, such as a broken leg and swollen calves. 3 of us were lying by the roadside, and I stretched out my legs. Then someone came along with a wagon, and the wheels went over me. Of course, I could have pulled in my legs, but I didn't hear the wagon coming. The gnats were buzzing in my ears and crawling in my nose and out of my mouth. Who'd want to take the trouble to chase the vermin away?" The 11th said, "Yesterday I quit my job. I no longer wish to fetch heavy books for my master and take them away again. That was all I did the entire day. But to tell you the truth, he didn't want to keep me any longer. He gave me my walking papers because I left his clothes lying in the dust and they were all eaten by moths. It was all right with me." The 12th said, "Today I had to drive the wagon across country. I made myself a bed of straw on top of it and fell into deep sleep. The reins slipped out of my hand, and when I awoke, the horse had nearly broken loose. The harness was gone, and so were the crupper, the collar, bridle, and bit. Someone had come along and had made off with everything. Besides this, the wagon had got stuck in a ditch. I let it stay there and stretched myself out on the straw again. Finally, my master himself came and pushed the wagon out, and if he hadn't come, I would be lying, not here, but out there, sleeping nice and peacefully." It's little Jay. Can you see the Jay? Hello. Or the... Or do they have another name? Oh, right. Corvids. Corvids telling us. Reacquaintance with the new Knicks. Yay, los amiga. The J replies. So, what else have we got? I got some new. What did we have last time? Did I have the door, the... was the Was it here before? Anyways, this is the tea nook. I think I must have had that part. Let's look on the busy work. I have not, well, I've been lazy sometimes. Sometimes I'm lazy for a little while. When it gets hot, I just take a lot of tea breaks. So, but from the tea perch, we can see, what do we see down there? It's a hexagon. All right, let's take a walk. We've got some steps. Oh, here we have something fun. This is new. I'm not sure these. Oh, this one's out of place. Get in place. These are nice and strong. Yay, it's a hex. It's a strong hex. We can jump up and down. Whoa. We don't want to spill our tea. The hex in the center of the hex. Whoa! All right, that was my big expose for the moment. Blue jays hollering for peanuts. Yeah, I'm sure I remember going on about the hexes and pence last time. I still have to write my essay though. I need to formulate a well-reasoned argument, maybe with footnotes. Figure out what I think. I'm trying to, and what else to do with today. I think today may be a kind of a building day. I got some good deals on wood. It's drying out. Otherwise, it's a beautiful day. All right, I think I thought of a song to sing, and as per the usual, I've got lots of plans. I just have to make myself do them. So soon there's going to be more news about all the plans. All hail the hexagon, the muscle shirt. Well, sometimes in the summer you realize you don't have enough shirts without sleeves, so you've got to chop them up. Okay, have some spectacles. I think I'm gonna sing a song from Moonlit Missive, number 82. This was back down south about 5 hours, and there were forest fires, and the sun looked like that. I thought that was an interesting picture. This is another one. But this one particularly, I liked it. It looked like Looked like there was like, I don't know, what is it? What is in that cloud? What does it look like? I don't want to say. What does it look like to you? I have some ideas. Anyway. And so there were some eerie mornings. There was mornings that, with all that smoke, just the light is so odd. And of course, all the birds and even the insects are like hiding. Everything's really quiet and it's eerie. Days of thunder in the smoky haze on the edge of the evacuation zone. I had my car packed up because we were kind of like there was just a county over they were evacuating. And who's this guy? Oh, I think that's what I say here. Let's see. Days of thunder in the smoky haze on the edge of the evacuation zone. Mysterious purple and pink cloud patches become the usual backdrop among washed out, muted mountains. No need yet to leave, but had the car packed for a while within a couple bins of whatever seemed offhand indispensable to a future life post-conflagration. The Golden Key guitar, my old homemade hurdy-gurdy, still in need of maintenance. Trusty ribbon microphones and principal studio electronics. The hard drives with my life's unfinished works. Maybe best not to overthink it. It's an uncanny light in the morning, and along with the eerie hush of silent woods, the birds and insects all hiding or otherwise indisposed, makes for ponderous moments outside the realm of day-to-day. Hurdy-gurdy. So that's sometimes the interesting thing when you're thinking about whether, like if you're packing up your car and thinking like, okay, so if we're evacuating, whoa, where is he? Well, what am I gonna put in the car? Like what would I be devastated to lose? Or what am I gonna take that I could start all over with if everything else was gone? It's an interesting existential exercise, maybe. And that's what I found. I think I had my best microphones, my homemade guitar, my computer with all the hard drives, unfinished work. It's the things that you want to do in the future. All right. So, yeah, the song I wrote in that time. Let's see. I have that here. I have one more thing to show off. Did I have this last time? Did I have my lectern here? My little woodland mini lectern. I painted it dark brown. I still want to put some little feet on the bottom. I thought would be cool. But otherwise, like this could go good in the temple here. I use them a lot when we do sound bath concerts. I usually have my lectern, little mini one. It's another one of these things when it's time to be busy, when I'm making something, these are fun to just build offhand when you're like waiting for something else. You can just like quick build something like this because you've just got your tools out and you're in the mode. Thanks for stopping by on this lovely, mild Wednesday to read some stories about being lazy. It's good maybe to read stories about being lazy so that we don't get too lazy. Or maybe we could be inspired to be lazy. And think, man, wouldn't that be cool to be lazy one day? Or we could think how much less lazy we are than everyone else. Hello, Anthony. And in the early morning, light is fine, light is fine, slanted so, morning color easy on the getting the chords there. In the early morning, pause to find the thread of thought, the morning idea subtle on the mind. Had it better the first time. Let's give ourselves a practice one. In the early morning, stirs a tune to hear morning song supple